If you are trying to be goal driven and ticking off your milestones list all year long, then this video is for you. How many times have you heard people say, new year, new me, or this year's gonna be different for real, or this is my year, I can feel it, and they never really do anything about it? If I had to guess, if you're watching this video, you're probably one of those people too, and you're sick of doing the same old shit year after year without making progress towards something meaningful. I know how that feels. It's the worst feeling in the world. How do I know that? I used to be like that too. But I have good news for you, my bro. Yes, you may still be one of those people, but because you're watching this video, you're willing to do something about it. So don't stress, my G. I got you. Now look, 2023 came and went faster than the 7K that you and your bro lost at the cast playing blackjack. And newsflash, so did January of 2024. As of today, it's the 6th of February 2024. Wake the fuck up. Time hasn't stopped, and neither should you when it comes to working on your goals. To help you out, today I'll be giving you the goal setting process that I use personally to help set up my year for success. I'll also be giving you a few little tips that go along with that process that help me achieve my goals year after year. And so if you do watch to the end, you'll learn why setting goals is important, how I choose and set my goals with my easy 4-step process, and finally, how to blow them out of the water in a way that makes it addicting. So pay attention. Grab a pen and paper because you'll probably want to take notes and you probably need it. But just before we jump in, if you're new here, kia ora and welcome to the channel or wherever you're watching this, bro. My name's Tama. I'm a barber and creator from New Zealand, and I'm dedicated to bringing the boys authentic self-development content and all things that I learned throughout my life that I find valuable, and I think you would too. So if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to help me help you and the rest of the boys. The time of gatekeeping is over. And by subbing or following, it would actually contribute to my main goal of 2024, which is gaining 150,000 followers across all social media platforms. Now, this is a monumental goal for me, considering I only have 100 subs on YouTube, 3K on Instagram, and I believe 18,000 on TikTok, bringing us to a grand total of 21,000 followers. We still got a long way to go, but if you're here now, stick out the ride, I promise you won't regret it. And by the end of this video, you'll see why I've set such an ambitious goal for myself. But for now, a like, comment, share, sub, whatever is going to help me out immensely and would be much, much appreciated. Now that's out of the way, let's get straight down to business. So we're gonna start with why setting goals is important. Because to your surprise and mine, a lot of people have no fucking idea on why that is. I still get so many people that come into the shop that say they want to do this and do that, but they have no idea how to get there. Having goals is a good start, but the difference is when you set goals. The easiest way to think about it is like this. Having goals is like choosing a destination to go on holiday, whereas setting your goals is like choosing the destination and then choosing the specific route on how you want to get there. Remember this guy? This is the guy from the start of the video. He's also the exact same guy from 2023 and 2022. And if you didn't know, he's also the same guy from 2021, 2020, 2019, 2018, so on and so forth. And the reason why he's the exact same guy is because he lacks drive. He lacks discipline, he lacks direction, he lacks a plan, and he lacks setting his goals. Now, I'm sure he wants to get better year after year, and I'm sure he wants to do great things with his life. But without those things that I just mentioned, it's almost impossible to achieve anything. How is this dude supposed to make 6 figures a year without the drive to do so? Or build his dream physique without the discipline needed to stay consistent in the gym or with a diet? Or even know where he's gonna end up in 5 years' time without any direction or a plan? Now that is where setting your goals comes into play. Setting your goals is like doing a crossword puzzle. All you're doing is filling in the blanks. Let's go back to this guy. He knows where he's at and he knows he wants to make 6 figures. All he has to do is use his brain and fill in the blanks. How do I go from here to here? Again, he knows what his physique looks like and he knows that he wants to look like Chris Bumstead. Good luck. What does he have to do? Use his brain and fill in the blanks. How do I go from here to here? Yes, it is really that simple. And that is why it's important to set your goals, because it's going to give you the roadmap that you need to get to where you want to be. And the more specific you are, the better. Now, that brings us to how to choose and set your goals. Sweet, so now you know why setting your goals is important. Let's figure out what goals do we want to pursue. Now, a goal by definition means the object of a person's ambition or effort an aim or desired result. So that means in the simplest terms possible, you need to ask yourself what it is that you want. If you don't know, ask yourself, what's important to me? If you don't know that, cuz, click off this video because I can't help you. Just kidding, bro. But really, you need to figure that out for yourself. Here's a couple things that you can ask yourself that might help you. You should ask yourself, are you genuinely happy with the amount of money that you have in your bank account? If the answer is yes, stop lying to yourself. You could always have more in there. And I'm sure your parents would love to no longer work, knowing their son is taking care of their financial needs, and boom, there is a point of focus for the year. Work on your finances. Another one to ask yourself, would you be confident in taking your shirt off in front of 100 beautiful women and be proud to show off your body? If the answer is yes, good job, bro. Keep it up. If it's not, there is another point of focus for the next year. Get in shape. And probably the easiest one to answer for everyone. Are you completely and utterly content with where you are now in the job that you're in? If the answer is yes, great job, bro. If it's not, there is another point of focus that you can work on for the next year. Change your job. The basic premise on how you should choose your goals is to pick a point of pain in your life, somewhere you struggle or something you want to make better that will dramatically change your life in a positive way. Now that we have that, we need to qualify these things to make sure that they meet these 4 standards. Is the goal realistic, but a stretch for you to achieve? Is the goal time-bound? Does it have a due date? Can I measure the progress I make towards this goal? And is the goal specific? You have to make sure that your goal meets all of these requirements because it makes it so much easier to accomplish them. You can't just say, I want to hit the jackpot on the slot machine. This isn't realistic, time-bound, or measurable. It's literally the opposite of what we want. I had a guy come in and say his goal was to finish uni. Like, bruv, you're gonna finish uni regardless. You're not stupid, and finishing uni should be a given because you're there for a reason, right? But if he had said, I want to finish uni with honors, or I want to finish uni with all A's by the end of the year, that's a way better start and a better goal to aim for because you should want to push yourself when you do this. You also shouldn't say, my goal is I want to make more money, because although this is realistic and measurable, there's no due date and it's not specific. A better example of the same goal is, I want to make $150,000 by February 6, 2025. Like I said before, the more specific you are, the better. Now you've got worthy qualified goals, let's circle back to setting them. So obviously you know where you are, and now you know where you want to be. What do I have to do? Use your brain and fill in the blanks. How do I go from here to here? Let me give you an example from my own life. So one of my goals when I was 19, I'm 23 now by the way, was to save $10,000 in a year. Because at that point in time, I was spending pretty much all my money that was in my account, and I was saving very little, maybe like $1,000 to $2,000 a year. And so when I broke it down to save $10,000 in a year, I only need to save $200 for 52 weeks, right? So what I did was I sent $200 to an account that I couldn't see every single time I got paid. And that was to make sure that I saved that $200 before I did anything else with my money, or before I could even spend it. And sure enough, over the next year, I had $10,000 in that account. Now that's probably the easiest example that I can give you. But if you noticed, all I did was work backwards from my goal until I had habits or actions that I needed to do to ensure that I achieved my goal. A quote that I think is super relevant to this is that winners and losers have the same goals. It's the habits that they have that differentiates winners and losers. What a mouthful. Now you want to do this for each of the goals that you've set yourself. See where you are, see where you want to be, and work backwards until you get to habits or actions that you can do today that are going to move you towards your goal. But Tama, it sounds like it's going to take up a lot of time. Yes, bro. Yes, it will take up a lot of time. But if you're watching this video, I'm guessing you've got fucking time. Better yet, if you play video games at all, or if you watch movies, or if you watch a TV series after work, or scroll on your phone on social media, you have fucking time to set your goals. This is what's going to make the difference in your future. But Tama, that sounds hard. Cuz, grow the fuck up. Whoever told you life was going to be easy lied to you. My favorite quote for justifying doing something hard, pause. And I'm paraphrasing, winning is hard, losing is hard, choose your hard. They're both going to be hard, cuz. The difference is one is going to be hard now and one's going to be hard later. The best part about it is you get to choose which one you want to do. Now, for the people that just complained about it being too hard or taking up too much time, I've taken the time out of my day to make it even easier for you. So on screen and in the description, I'm going to put my 4-step process of how I like to go about setting my own goals. The first one is Know what you want. Clearly define your goal, what you want to achieve, and the motive behind it. Number 2, break it down. Once you have your goal, work backwards. Break it into milestones and smaller doable tasks or daily habits. Number 3, set deadlines. Assign realistic timeframes to each task and milestone to help keep you accountable. And number 4, review and adjust. Review your progress every single day. Success requires focus, so checking in regularly helps you to stay accountable and celebrate your wins. You can also tweak your plan when you need to. So now you know how to choose and set your goals. Let's talk about how to blow them out of the water and how to make that addicting. Now, everyone goes about this a little bit different. Some people like vision boards, some people like habit trackers, and some people like to reward themselves every time they do their task or habit. The way that I like to do it, and the way that I recommend you should do it, is the way that's easiest for you to do. Now, I know exactly what you're thinking. Tama, that's stupid. I came here to find out the most optimal way, how to go about my goals and how to achieve my goals. Well, cuz the truth is, you're not going to do it the most optimal way if it's not easy for you to do. For example, if I told you the most optimal way to achieve your goals is by going for a 10K run every single morning, going to the gym after that for 3 hours, eating 10,000 healthy calories per day, sleep 3 hours a night, and work every other waking hour of the day, you are never going to do that, because there is way too much resistance against you and it is way too different from the life that you live right now. It's literally fighting an uphill battle. It's a waste of time. So the way that I like to do it for myself is after choosing and setting my goals, I'm left with a bunch of habits that I have to do every single day, right? Now, all I have to do is slot these little habits into my daily routine next to things that I already do religiously to make them easy to follow through with. Let me give you an example from my own life to help you understand. So one of my goals this year is to read 12 books minimum and get 10,000 steps every single day. The habits that I've associated with those goals are to read 10 pages a day and to walk on a treadmill for at least 30 minutes a day. Easy enough, right? So the way I've tagged this into my existing routine is by doing it as soon as I wake up. I already have an existing habit of needing to drink as much water as possible as soon as I wake up. I know that as soon as I wake up, the last thing I want to do is drink a bunch of water because it'll probably make me feel sick, right? So by getting out of bed and going for a walk on a treadmill, I'm gonna be needing some water sooner or later, right? And then walking on the treadmill is a lot of time that I could spend reading a book, right? And then you have it. I'm killing 3 birds with 1 stone. Water, book, steps. And that is called habit stacking. Shout out James Clear. It's when you stack all your tasks or habits all together in a routinely fashion to make them easier to do. Another way that I make it easier on myself is by following a habit loop, which is when you get a cue to do a habit, you do the habit and then you're rewarded for the habit. Going back to that same example, my cue is getting out of bed. The task is doing my steps and reading my 10 pages. And the reward that I get after that is that I get to have a black coffee before I start training. So how I want you to look at this is by taking the things that you need to do to achieve your goals, aka your new habits, and seeing how they can fit into your life as seamlessly as possible. It's like a puzzle. If one of your goals is to go to the gym at 5 a.m. every single day, but you've never been a morning person or even woken up before 9 a.m., yes, it is doable. You're going to be fighting an uphill battle the entire time, and the likelihood of you accomplishing that goal is going to be very low. Alternatively, if you had the same goal and you were a morning person and you found you always had a couple hours free in the morning, that seems like the perfect time to slot in your new habit of going to the gym every single day, doesn't it? If you take the time to sit down and really plan these things out, they will become unbreakable habits. And without realizing it, you'll be addicted to doing the most mundane tasks that get you towards your goals year after year. Anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know if this helped you at all by leaving a like and sub. And if you have something that helps you that I might not have mentioned, leave a comment down below and let us know what it is and what you're working on. Anyway, bro, stay grinding, keep doing your thing. Better stuff, on ways, always. Love.